Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. We are live for a special show. It's a major debate because Arsenal, it's major news in the world of Arsenal for all gooners out there. Because Daniel Eek, we've heard over the last week, he's wanting to try and take over Arsenal Football Club with the backing of some invincibles such as Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp and Patrick Vieira. After sort of a statement that sort of Henry came out during Monday Night Football on Monday about the future of the club and what the bid is and the fact it's real. Daniel Eek has finally made an official bid for Arsenal Football Club. He has made a bid for Arsenal Football Club. It's rounded about £1.8 billion. And he's made them to try and get the Stan Kroenkes to go. Now, the big question is, and I'm going to try and find out if there's been a response to the Arsenal takeover today by the Kroenkes. My guess there hasn't. Obviously, it shows how Thierry Henry confirms that the Spotify owner, Daniel Eek, has reached out to the Kroenke family and that the fact he wants to buy the club out. Just try and get this guy's balls up. Everyone, do hit the like button, please. Do hit the share button. Share this on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. This is a very, very important piece of news that even I've done a special program for. So please share it. All right. But get people involved. Right. So hopefully we'll have some Arsenal guests come on and we can have a debate about this. Just actually message him now. On rival fans to come on later. Right. So, I forgot to send you a link, didn't I? I thought I sent you a link. I swear I sent you a link. Let me have a look. Yeah. Sent it. There you go. Yeah, send the link. Everyone, do hit the like button, do hit the share button, do hit the subscribe button. We're so close to watch hours. It's unreal. We're even under 20 odd watch hours away now. It's so close. So please do go and watch the stream all the way through. Right, help us get the watch hours we need. It'll be on in 5 minutes. Have shared it. I'm going drunk if he indeed buys Arsenal. Yeah, well, I can't do that, but I get what you mean by having a party. I will have a party. Or let's say that. Within the restrictions, but I'll have a party. Don't you worry about that. We'll have a virtual party about that. Yeah, Arsenal takeover. Thierry Henry confirmed Spotify owner Daniel Eek has reached out to the Kroenke family. Obviously, he commented about this last night. So big up to Thierry Henry. Eek has written to Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke and is expected to make a bid for the North London club before the end of this week. The Spotify owner's confidence Kroenke will listen to the offer, which he considers to be a compelling one, and has the backing of Henry and fellow Arsenal legends Patrick Vieira and Dennis Bergkamp. This is from COME. I know a lot of people wanted to hear about the takeover. It's true. Daniel is an Arsenal fan. He didn't say any publicity. He is an Arsenal fan for a very long time. I'll give you something. Reached out to the Kroenkes and already said himself that he had collected the funds to make sure he could put in a good bid. They now now need to listen. A lot of people have been screaming that they want the owner out. We are trying to offer a solution involving the fans on getting the DNA of the club back. So yeah, it just goes on to say how they were going to make a bid. So, and then yesterday it came out that he did make a bid. Right. This is from footballlondon.com. Full details of Daniel Eek meeting as takeover plans explained to the Arsenal Supporters Trust. So he's reached out also to the owners, not just the owners, the Arsenal Supporters Trust as well. The Arsenal Supporters Trust have revealed they held a constructive meeting with Daniel Eek and the three Gunners legends as part of the consortium looking to buy the club. So we publicly confirmed for the first time on Sky Sports Monday Night Football, showing that he, along with Patrick Vieira and Dennis Bergkamp, are involved in the Spotify founders' proposed takeover, meaning that it's going to take a very long time. But it says Eek wants to inject the Arsenal DNA back into the club. See if this will actually work. Sources involved in the proposal takeover. Oh, fucking adverts. Do you know what? Adverts driving up the fucking wall, honestly. The proposed takeover. Told Football.London last week that the approach is serious, explaining that Eek sees himself as a solution to the problem at the Emirates Stadium right now. The AST Arsenal Sports Trust has welcomed record numbers of new members since leading the stance against Arsenal being part of the Super League. Right, so again, that's more about talking about. So the offer's been made. It's going to be serious. It's been made. It's not just. Some people were thinking it was more just a publicity stunt, right, or a way to boost his shares. Because if you saw, as soon as he started talking about buying Arsenal, right, his shares went off through the roof. Right, and plus the premiums for Spotify and paid as well. That's actually gone up in price as well since this whole thing started out. So now people that are paying for their Spotify, they're paying even more. So they're basically paying to try and buy our club out. I don't know how rival fans will feel about that, but there you go. If the club gets a new owner, do you think he will stick with Arteta as manager? No. If he's got any sense about him, no. Not in a million years. My protests Thursday are going to be mad. Yeah, I'll be doing a reaction to it. I knew someone was going to go, but he's going to go on this one on Sunday. If there is one on Sunday. I'll actually try and find that out, actually. Is there one on Sunday? I know we're playing at home, and I thought it was every home game. If someone can find out if there's one for Sunday, do let me know. Right, so I can tell him. Because otherwise it ain't going to work. So, all right, let's just Twitter. Let's go back. I'm gonna get myself a new fucking laptop. I swear to God. So if he's made an approach to not just the owner but also the Arsenal Supporters Trust, he has made basically an offer. That's basically it. He's not holding back. He's going to do it. So he's made an offer. So 1.8 billion is what's been offered. Will the Kroenkes accept that? Well, they tried to accept. They didn't accept 2 billion for the rest of their shares in the business in the Arsenal since when Usmanov made it. So don't know, but we've gone down in value since then. I swear to God. Well, they think they might not have gone down in value, but the football on the pitch has definitely gone down in value. I seriously do hope Eek will buy. If he does, what will be the first changes you reckon he will make? Get rid of this dead manager. That'll be a start. Right? It could be Tom, Dick, or Harry he puts in his place. Right? Just get rid of him. He's not good enough. Right? And maybe the odds, not some Arteta fans because they have genuine reasons, but the ones that literally believe everything he says, like, I'm going to win a Champions League in 3 years, right? Well, you lot can jog on with him, right? And see, because I'm sorry, you're not talking sense. You're on cloud cuckoo land. Nitish, I sent you the link. Antonio, I sent you the link as well. Joanne, if you want a link to come on and have your say, DM me. The link's in the description. My socials are in the description below, but I'll put it in the chat anyway. DM me. So yeah, Nitish, right? Come on, man. You debate till the kingdom come. It's a joke if you think Stan Kroenke will sell for that amount. Stan would have told. Oh, well, you make it. Okay, well, you make it sound. Yeah. So much for being positive. Hey, look. The thing is that you might say that, but then you got every fan that's got every fan is now protesting against them, right? There's no way which to turn, right? They know they're in the wrong, and you've got 3 legends. Unlike Usmanov back into 2016, you've got 3 Arsenal legends that have literally had to step in and go, "Nah, this ain't right. Fuck this. Get out of it, man. No." Because I'd love to hear. I want to hear. Do you know what I want to hear? As an Arsenal fan, I'd love to hear Henry brutally honest. What does he think about Arteta and what is going on the pitch? That is what I want to hear. What does he think of the football that we're playing under Arteta? Right? And would he, as either owner, keep him in a job? I guarantee you he would say that is bullshit what he's playing. Bullshit. Right? And no doubt, like, Letitia's going to completely disagree and say it's perfectly fine. But this is what I bet Henry will say, right? What that manager is producing on the pitch is a lot of crap. There's a lot of crap, especially with the squad we've got. Right? Henry will say that.
If the owner changes, at least one season more, Arteta will be staying. But the thing is, 1.8 billion.
Arteta will not
Seriously,
stay.
Arteta is liked by all these guys. Henry, Vieira, Bergkamp. He's not going to
No,
go.
Henry will not. No. He's seen. You've seen how bad it is. No.
But let's not get into that first. Let's first talk about the offer. 1.8 billion when they didn't sell their part of the shares for 2 billion around 2 years ago. You think that they will sell the club for 1.8 billion? This looks like a PR stunt. Even though he's talking to everyone, 1.8 billion.
It's not.
Seriously, how will anyone sell a club for 1.8 billion when they weren't ready to sell their part of the
Oh
shares
shit!
for
I've sent
2
everyone
billion?
on a fucking link. Go on, carry on. You carry on. I've got to send everyone the link.
Yeah, I was saying that 2 billion they did not sell their part of the shares, and he expects to buy the club for 1.5 billion or 1.8 billion. Not going to happen. So the thing is, I think it's just that he's trying to make cheap offers, which he knows that the Kroenkes are never going to accept. Spotify is going up; he's making good money, and even though if he was talking to the likes of Thierry Henry, Bergkamp, and Patrick Vieira on a serious note, they would tell him that he would have to spend at least around 2.5 to 3 billion to buy this club, or at least get Kroenke interested. Again, 1.8 billion, it's not gonna work. It's just there. He's just made a random offer, and to be honest, if this is the case, if he's kind of making such offers, it's better that he does not embarrass himself by making such offers public, so that he is giving out the numbers. If he can't buy Arsenal at the end of the day, that is okay. He couldn't buy Arsenal, but if he is making such offers, like such small money offers to Kroenke, which may not even raise an eyebrow from Josh and Stan, I think he's just making a fool out of himself.
I think it will, mate. I think it will. Do you know why? Literally
Why?
Because they know now every person's against him.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, they don't care.
What point you've got Arsenal legends coming out and saying, no, you've got to go?
No, everyone has been against him for the last 15 odd years.
Yeah, but it's not. You told me the last time when we said that.
Last time?
When's the last time when we said it in public?
They haven't said it in public, but everyone knew.
That's the point. They're coming out in public saying it's not good enough anymore. Get out.
I don't think they control, because you do realize that these guys work like businessmen. They are not compassionate about the club. They care about if say suppose Henry is Kroenke out. Tomorrow they will get a guy like maybe Ray Parler or someone else who will be Kroenke in. Just pay him a good salary. He needs the money. He'll be Kroenke in all day long. So that is the thing.
No, it won't.
I'm giving an example. I'm not saying that he will.
But Henry would not be if Henry was paid off by that. He wouldn't.
And I understand what you're saying. See, one thing is there: Dennis Bergkamp and Patrick Vieira, have not been working along with the club. Henry has tried, but then at the end, I think he didn't get the managerial job at Arsenal. So he was the closest to Arsenal. He is inducted in the Hall of Fame recently. So that is one thing. The other thing is with respect to the likes of Ian Wright. Ian Wright was the most surprising one who said Kroenke out. But at the end of it all, I don't think the owners care.
What does that tell you then? He's working with the club, and he's putting his job on the line, saying it's not good enough. Come
exactly.
on.
But do they care? That is the main thing.
But when's the last time when someone came with an offer, did anyone work into the club? So, Luke, if you're opening Chris, I'm going to put you on mute. If someone's working with the club, right, and they're coming out and putting their job on the line by saying, nah, mate, you as the owner, I don't care if you own me, you got to go. What does that tell you? They didn't come out last time when the Usmanov tried to buy us.
Yeah, but the thing is, it is a business, and they will not sell because of few people.
But look, hang on. Unlike Dan Goatee, right, who's sitting there saying, "I'll wait until the time's right." Eek is sitting there saying, "No. I don't care what the time is, right? I don't care if the time is right or not. You have got to go now."
You can't push someone out of their business. They don't have any liability to sell it unless they want to. That is the fact. Whether Eek doesn't like it or he doesn't like the owners.
Do fuck all then.
No, they won't sell unless they get an offer that they want to accept, or at least want to even start talking about. No matter how many people say Kroenke out, they're not obligated to sell. They're not obligated to sell.
Yeah, we all know. I do know that. I did do business, but what you need to be clear is come out with an offer.
Yeah, I get it. But if the evaluation of the club is around 2.5 million or 2 to 2.5 million, and he's offering them 1.8 billion, 2.8, he's offering them 1.8 billion, they will not even look at it. They will tell them, is this guy joking? Is he kidding? The evaluation is around 2.2, 2.5 billion, and he's offering us 1.8 billion.
We're not worth that.
No, we are at least 2 billion, 2 billion plus.
How the fuck are we on that? We're 10th in the league.
That doesn't matter. The money that we make, our value doesn't go down that much.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go on, say it. Go on.
Yeah, first of all, hi everybody. I hope you all fine.
Yes, big up.
according to Forbes, Arsenal are worth around $2 billion. That's what's the latest figures from Forbes. And I think we have to look at the bigger picture. Obviously, Daniel Ake is not going to go in with its first bid of 2.5 billion. It doesn't work like that. In any business, if you want to buy something, especially something as valuable as Arsenal Football Club, you will start with a bid just to open negotiations, just to show them that you have an interest. I think that is why they've started with 1.8. I think that's why they've gone public, to also put pressure on the Kroenkes, because they understand that if they have the backing of the fans and they have the money, he can have a major impact. Because obviously, if Arsenal continue to decline, Daniel Ek continue to putting bids in, the fans know about it, they're gonna get furious if he sooner or later don't sell the club and Arsenal doesn't progress as a team. I think that's why also he said that it's gonna take time. He didn't say that this is one bid and that's it. He said it could take years. He's obviously very knowledgeable. He understands that. This is
Can
not
I just add one
something-
thing? To your point, you remember the Luis Suarez deal? Even though that was, you can say, a buyout clause.
No.
No, I'm giving you the example. I'm giving an example. I'm giving an example. It's like he's saying 40 million plus one.
That's an embarrassment.
Listen.
That's embarrassing.
You cannot compare Luis Suarez bid to this. Arsenal went behind Liverpool's back trying to buy Suarez directly without talking with them. That is completely different.
No, I'm not saying in that sense. I'm saying in terms of the offer. I'm saying in terms of the offer, when you know the evaluation of a club is 2 million, you have to go above 2 million. You don't go below 2 million with your offer.
You can.
Obviously, he's not gonna start his bid over what the club is.
No. Hang on. I would say no. A buyout clause, right, is something that you've got to pay that, right?
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. This is more like, yeah, we value it at this, but we'll listen to your offer if you offer 1.9, something like that. So if you say I've got 2 billion, I want it at 2 billion. If they listen at 1.8 and they've got the backing of the fans and everything else, it's not a buyout clause. It's not simply saying you have to pay under contract. You have to pay at least 2 billion to try and get us to move, right? It's sitting there saying, yeah, we value it at this, but if you're offering 1.8 billion, all right, we'll hear you. That's totally different. It's totally different.
This isn't the Kroenkes evaluation. The one that the site has mentioned, it is Forbes evaluation. So the business evaluation is actually 2 billion.
But it's a valuation. You can still go under or above it. You can still do that.
What I'm saying is that Daniel Ek wouldn't start his bid with 2.5 billion. That wouldn't make sense, because then they're gonna be okay. He's starting with 2.5. Maybe we can get 3 from him. Obviously, he's gonna start with as low as possible, and then.
Do you know what it's like? It's like buying a car. It's like buying a car. You value it at this, right? But I was like, yeah, but if I can get it for this, it'd be cheaper, right? They've got a valuation of this, but maybe that's not right. Maybe that bit's not right. So I'll offer him that. And they'll probably look at that and go, do I really want to keep it? Do I really try to keep getting more money? Or do I just want to let it go? Right?
And also we have to look at the fact that the Kroenkes always was waiting for Arsenal to join the Super League so that the share values would increase. Obviously, the Super League hasn't happened. And even if it's going to happen in the future, it's not going to be in the format that they were expecting it to be. So the club is not going to be as valuable as they were calculating it to be. Also, the Kroenkes, they never, ever speak out in the media about Arsenal. The fact that they went out to say that the club is not for sale, it tells me that they are opening to listening to sell the club if the bid is right. if they didn't, they wouldn't have said anything. They would have just ignored it as they always do, and which they've done in the past. So I think Daniel Ek is very genuine with his bid. I don't think it's a PR stunt. I don't think Henry would go on Sky Sport to talk about this if it wasn't something that they were really trying to do. I don't think players like Dennis Bergkamp and Patrick Vieira would let Daniel Ek to use their name if they weren't genuine. So I think they are very serious. I don't know if the Kroenkes will eventually sell the club, but I think Daniel Ek is very serious with his bid. And I think there's a possibility that in the future, the Kroenkes can sell the club to him. Then whether it's 2.5 or 3 or 2.2, we don't know. But what we do know is that there is a bid in there. And at the end of the day, money talks. If they come up with enough money, they will sell it.
Yeah, I agree with you on one thing.
I don't think there's. I can't find a protest, by the way, for Sunday. I can see one for Thursday, but not Sunday.
The thing is, if you know that a club is valued at 2 million, you know it's a cash cow. It's been making money season after season, and if you go for a 1.8 billion bid for it, I don't think any owner will even seriously bother. And I don't think the Kroenkes have made any kind of statement on this bid. It's just Daniel Ek talking about it all over media that we have done this, we have done that. And I don't think the Kroenkes are even bothered unless you at least cross the 2 billion mark. And then even the Kroenkes can think about negotiating or talking about it. I don't think they're going to entertain an amount that is below it. It's just that this right now is, according to me, a PR stunt and a waste of time. If the amount would have been, say, somewhere around 2 billion or 2.1 billion, which is actually above the evaluation of the club, I would say, okay, these guys are showing that they have more money than the evaluation of the club. Kroenkes may think about listening or at least get into talks with them.
Hang on, I'm sorry. As a businessman, you're never going to offer more than the evaluation. Never. You're never going to find it in business.
Even the same.
You're never going to find it in business. If you do that as a businessman, you're an idiot, right? Because you have a chance to get evaluation means you got a chance to try and get it for under that, right? If you offer more there, all you're doing is playing into your buyer's hands and going, "Yeah, I can get more out of you. You mug, right? Give me some more." Give me some more.
No, but
give me some more.
There is a big criteria here as well. You're forgetting that when Osmanov tried to buy their shares for 2 billion, they said no. So
yeah, but
2 billion is current market evaluation, but it was more at that point of time, and even it can go up again. Kroenkes, all they need to do is spend around 400-500 million. It could go back to 2.5 billion or 3 billion also.
But it ain't going to.
Yeah, but that's why I said
hang on. Can I get Luca to have his say on this? Go on, Luca.
You know what my thoughts, right? About this Dan Kroenke and Daniel Ek situation. It's not going to happen, okay? I don't care if everyone's tied to their opinion. I get that and I respect that, but it's not going to happen because why would Dan Kroenke want to set up the club? Yeah, he's in America, right? Worried about his NFL stuff, right? So, yes, I understand this Daniel Ek coming in, right? With Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp and Vieira looks a really, really good idea. But it's not going to happen because, in my opinion, the reason why I don't think it will happen is just because you've got an owner, right, who hasn't put no money into the club, right, for the last 5 years, right? He hasn't put no money. Clubs like Aston Villa and Fulham have spent more money than us, okay? How can people say that this is going to happen? Yeah? How can people say that Kroenke's going to set up? That's why the only way we can get him out of this club, if fans keep protesting every single home game from now until the end of the season, right? Every single fan, even the 12th men, right, outside that stadium, is get this owner out, yeah? We've got to hear a voice. We need our football club back.
I mean, you've got to go on first, you know.
So, at the end of the day, right? Yeah, I get your point on that. But at the end of the day, right, we've got to get everything. We can't have all these fans saying, if people can't make it, that's understandable. But if people can make it, then go to the fucking protest and play and obviously show your support, because if you don't fucking go, right, then at the end of the day, right, okay, that's fine. You are entitled to your opinion. If you can't make it, if you can't go, if you don't want to go, that's fine. I get that. I respect that and that. But at the end of the day, right, whoever does go, right, you've got to share your voice. Okay, and this is why I don't think the Kroenkes are not going to leave. They're not going to leave.
Yeah,
What makes you think they're going to leave at this moment of time being? It's very difficult to get an owner. Look, we tried.
Hang on. Right. Tell me when has there been a protest and a protest and a protest and a protest and a protest?
Mate, this is like this is going to be our second protest in a row. When is the last time we had back-to-back protests?
Yeah, here's the thing. When's they also had the time when Arsenal fans forgot about Wenger in, Wenger out, or Arteta in, Arteta out, and started worrying about the owner, like, for once. Right? They're not worried about actually Arteta for the minute, right? They're worried about the owner, right? And they're worried about, and rather just cut and forget all that, right? You've even got rival fans that are going to come and join in, right? So, I mean, seriously, what more do you want? I mean, go on, say.
I think the difference now and before is two things. Number one, we have been in a pandemic and it's affected the football world. That was something nobody could predict. Number two, Arsenal have been making losses 2 years in a row, and it's going to be 3 years in a row, which means that now, if they want Arsenal to stop losing profit, they have to actually invest money into the club, which they don't. And even if they do invest money into the club, there is no guarantee that we will become a top club. And if we don't become a top club, if we don't get to the Champions League, we're going to continue to be devalued as a club. We're going to continue to make losses. I think that's the biggest difference from now. And if you check 2-3 years back ago, when the Kroenkes were guaranteed that Arsenal were making profit, they didn't have to invest in the club. They were waiting for the Super League. Now, all of a sudden, at the moment, there's no Super League. I still think there will be a Super League. I just don't think it will be a closed Super League, and I don't think it will be as much money involved as everybody.
They can't afford to keep using money.
But what makes you think there's going to be another Super League? Yeah, there might be another Super League in the next 3 or 4 years' time.
Oh, come on.
They've folded.
They're going. They will.
But anyway, so I think the fact that the Kroenkes
He's got to pay off his bills.
I think the fact that they now are in a position where they have to put their own money into the club is something that could make them consider selling Arsenal if the bid is good enough. Because at the end of the day, they are businessmen. They want to make money. And
of course
I think if you check how much they bought Arsenal, I think they bought Arsenal for something like £800 million. If they're going to sell it for over 2 billion, that's a big profit. That's a very big profit.
Yeah.
And they don't want a headache. That's what we have to understand. The reason why they were so interested in Arsenal, because it was a self-sustaining club. It was a club that would guarantee money every year without they having to do anything at all. They don't have that guarantee anymore.
Yeah. If it doesn't buy it, the only way to hurt the Kroenkes is in the pocketbook. Stop buying merch. Stop attending matches. Problem is, it's easier said than. Yeah, the problem with that is it's always easier said than done, because for every idiot that doesn't do that, there's 10 idiots who go and do it. It's the problem with our fan base. It's so much harder to do. It's like I said with the Blackpool one. The Blackpool's easy to do because it's all run in a local area. Everyone knows pretty much each other. So it's much easier because it's a much smaller fan base. With Arsenal, you've got people coming from all over the world. I remember I sat in a stadium and there was people from fucking Sweden sat next to me and didn't even speak English. Right? That's not against them, by the way. That's not got nothing. I haven't got a problem with that. Right? I'm proud of a club that's got a worldwide fan base and has got people from all over the world with speaking languages coming to watch Arsenal, right? To play a game. But the problem is we can all sit and say, yeah, the owner's not good enough, this, that, and the other. For them, it's like, oh my God, we got to see Arsenal play at the Emirates, right? So it's for everyone that says no, this is wrong. There's always going to be that number, that enough numbers at the Emirates. They're going to go, yeah, well, it's Arsenal. I've got to see them, right? It's like when we try to get Wenger out. We were seeing like protest. And yes, there was a small minority towards the end that was still Wenger in, but most of them they said, "Oh, we need to get rid of him." To be honest, but I won't stop going to the matches though. I can't stop because it's like an addiction because you want to keep going. It's some people haven't missed a game in years since this pandemic started. Until this pandemic started, so if especially after the pandemic, right? You've missed out football so long, right? After the Second World War, the attendances in football stadiums were huge because they missed out 7 years of football. It's the same here. When you have missed out 2 seasons of football, and or 1 season, however long it's gone on for now, and then you're expected to then go, we need you to stop going to games, stop buying merchandise, all this and all that, because you've got to get the owners out. They're like, yeah, but I've missed Arsenal so much, I can't do it. You can't. It's just, this is the only merch I'm buying. Look, it's that love Arsenal, hate Kroenke. Love it.
Yeah, but will people actually stop buying the merchandise? That's the question.
No, there's always those people that will come into the merchandise. That's the problem with having such a worldwide a big fan base.
And all of a sudden, our jerseys are now looking way better in terms of design and way cooler. I saw that Edward Hagen guy share a new jersey, upcoming one, the Thomas in with an image of Thomas Partey wearing it, and that looks good. So unfortunately, whether you like it or not, people will buy merchandise. I'm not talking about you, but I'm saying in general, all of a sudden when the protests are going on, our designs have become way cooler and way better.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah, that is the way they will trick people to buy into buying it. If the jersey looks so good.
No, that can't look like that. No.
Did you just look at the image?
I looked at what could be coming up.
You can share it on the screen. Let's see what other guys think about it.
All I can say is that you have to have the mentality that I personally is not gonna buy it, and I will try to influence as many people as possible to not buy it, and I will explain to them why they shouldn't buy it. That's the only mentality we can have. If we start going down the mentality that everybody's gonna buy it.
No, this isn't the one. No, this isn't the one. But this also looks neat. But we'll have to see it in live.
Well, that's what they say.
I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy that red kit because it's similar. So
no, there was this blue one. The blue one that Thomas Partey pick had come out. I don't know which one was that. No, I don't think it was this one. It was a different design. Just if you can go to Twitter, you'll be able to see it on Edward Hagen's page. I think it was something like this.
I ain't got a clue.
I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy the kits, man. Kit is a kit. Kit's not going to make you change the team.
Love. Sorry, I can't join the video. I'm about to get my second dose as well, mate. Good on you.
For me, I won't buy an Arsenal kit until the Kroenkes are out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be the same. I can't do it.
Mentality. I don't care.
I can't do it.
Be the best looking kid in the world. I couldn't care less.
But I'll say one thing. I'll tell you one thing. One funny thing about this.
What?
If you're not going to buy the kit, the stores that are selling the kit, unless it's an official Arsenal store, have already paid for those kits. So the only one who will be making a loss are the store owners who are selling the kits.
Yeah, but I know that. But you have to look at the bigger picture. Let's say if Arsenal, let's say they used to sell 100 million shirts, and they now only sell 80 million shirts. That is like 20% less shirts that they've sold. That's the mentality we have to have. If Adidas check that Arsenal shares are going down, they're not going to offer them as much money when the next sponsor deal comes. And that's the way you have to look at it. You have to look at it in the bigger picture and in the long run, how it's going to affect the club. And they will
No, but
notify Arsenal every
sorry.
year that, you know what, this
No,
year,
but honestly, if suppose Adidas cuts down the money, do you think that Arsenal can't get more sponsors, different sponsors, not just for the kit? They can make money from other sponsors, other kind of sponsors. I think the only thing that it hurts is overall is the fact that they will not be putting any money into the transfer window. Like maybe now they have put some money into it, and I see that is why I don't think that the one thing that you can probably do is either there is a serious protest, you just drive the Kroenkes out. That is the only solution. I get it, people are saying that cut down their pockets, empty their pockets, get rid of the money that they're getting, but where will it impact? It will impact our transfers, it will impact our functioning. They may start charging more in the season ticket department. People, they may start selling their normal tickets for higher prices, so they will not spend money from their pocket. Even if the club is making losses, they may get rid of a lot of more of their employees which are not needed, like they got rid of the scouts. Then the fans will complain, why are they getting rid of some of these employees that were at the club for so long? So I think if a businessman has to run a business, if he's not making profits, he will not spend it from his pocket. He will make cut downs, he'll get rid of the unnecessary things from the club, and that will then impact the fans experience, the employees at the club, and it will impact them rather than actually hurting him. So I get this point that people are trying to hurt him, but I don't think it hurts him.
but
Right.
want the club to
Everyone.
make this.
Right. The link. The link is in the chat. Everyone can come on. Right. We have rival fans come on as well. I'd love to hear their opinion on this.
What you're saying is exactly what I want. I want the club to make losses. I want them to not be able to buy better players, because in the end, it's going to have a negative effect on the value of the club. And that is what they are interested in. Arsenal as a global market. How much is Arsenal worth? Once the share value starts to go down, that is when they start to get worried. And that's when they will be in a situation where, oh, do we have to invest our own money or should we sell the club? And that's where we want to get to. And obviously, it's not going to be something that can happen overnight. It's a long process. We just have to accept that it's going to take time. But every little thing counts. If everybody do their part in the long run, we can succeed.
Absolutely. Like I said, the link is open, guys. So anyone can come on if they want to, not just Arsenal fans. I'm just trying to have a look.
I just have one thing to say, one thing that I want to add. Now, if the fans are saying we're not putting any money into the club, not buying merchandise, not giving any kind of ticket sales or anything, whatever, like we're not giving any money to the club, then the thing is that they should in a way be understanding that because we're not putting money into the club is making losses. They are getting rid of their scouts, they're getting rid of Gunnosaurus, whatever, because they don't have money, they're losing money. I think the fans should then stand up and also say that okay, they are already removing employees, and that's because we are not putting money into the club. That is actually a success for us, rather than saying that why are all these members of the staff and scouts and even Gunnosaurus being furloughed. They are being furloughed because the fans did not put money into the club as a sign of protest, and that is supposed to be happening. That is how the owners start making losses, and they have to then make cut downs. So rather than saying that the club is losing its tradition or values, the fans should be rather saying that we did this, we made it happen, and we will continue doing this until the time that the Kroenkes are out.
Yeah. I'm just having a look to see. I'm literally gonna just gonna tweet the link to any Arsenal fans out there. Keep talking. I'm just gonna do this quickly.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Margo, and I think yes, the fans can say that, and they can say the other thing as well. I think you can look at it both ways. I think at the end of the day, what is important is that the fans can show the owners that they can be united and that they can have an impact on Arsenal. That's what they need to show them. And that's when they get scared. They don't want us fans to be united because they know that united we are powerful. When we are powerful, we can have impact. And they want us to be separated. And that's why it's important that all of us stands behind one message, have the same mentality, and everybody do their part. Because at the end of the day, every Arsenal fan benefits from Kroenke selling the club. Because they are never going to make us become a superpower club. I think that's been clear now for years. We are never going to win the Champions League or Premier League with Kroenkes as owners.
No.
We don't have that ambition. It's never going to happen.
There's only one thing we're doing under Kroenkes, and that's finishing in the bottom half of the table. It's as simple as that, really.
But I still don't think Daniel Eke is the man because he doesn't have enough money to invest in this club long term.
But he's not alone. I think that's where you
He's
get
not alone in this.
He's not going to be an owner by himself. He has other people, other billionaires behind him. This is not just his money.
No, I haven't heard of anyone else. I haven't heard of anyone else so far, any big investor or any big money guy saying that apart from Daniel Ek, we are involved in this. The three legends are, the three invincibles are. But there needs to be someone with big money involved as well. Otherwise, he'll have to take loans, he'll have to take debt, he'll have to raise debt, he'll have to take money from banks and other investment facilities and organizations, which again raises a question whether is that a good long-term solution. Because we have seen what has happened with Manchester United. Even though they have spent some money on players, they still have to repay that amount. The Glazers have to pay back the amount. They haven't paid back the capital investment that they took from the banks and the organizations that loaned them. So is it a good long-term solution? We still need to think about it. The problem with Kroenke is, one, he has the money. He doesn't spend it. If he starts spending money, I think most of the problem will get resolved there.
That's where I disagree. For me, it's not about Daniel Ek coming in and spending lots of millions. It's not about Kroenke spending lots of money. There are other ways to be successful. I think what we need, for example, we need a proper board. We need people with football knowledge in their head.
Exactly. We need a proper board who's going to come in and hit the ground running.
Right.
Yeah, we need a football director with experience, acknowledge.
What gets me is that, look, you can run all day about like saying like you can't just expect an owner to pay this, pay that. Well, I'm sorry, there's some sort of, well, I'm sorry that if you're going to buy Arsenal, right, and if you're going to work with Arsenal, there's a reason why he's now got to put so much money in and expect some losses, because he's run us into this situation.
Yes.
Right? He's run us into a situation where, I'm sorry, you can't then expect Arsenal to pay the debt back because you've put us in it, right? You've put us this much in debt. You've put us in this much shit, right? That if you spent 500 million quid, it only gets to about top four, just. So you've got to then just say, well, I'm gonna have to take a hit here. Because you've done it. You've run yourself into the ground. Right? So if you now make a loss of it, that's your problem. It's your fault, right? Kroenke, it's your fault, right? Not ours, right? Because you've run us into the ground, right? And now you've got to jump up and down saying, oh, I've got to pay so much to get this club back going again if we're going to please the fans. Well, if you spent some money in the first place, we'd have this issue and you'd be making money and we'd all be happy, wouldn't we?
I'll tell you a few things, pointers that you may have not heard too much about. First thing, from the start of the 2011 to the 2017s, there was a legal battle going on between Usmanov and Kroenkes within the board.
Yeah.
So a lot of the money that the club was spending was on this legal battle. Finally, in 2017, the Kroenkes have won ownership, and Usmanov has moved out.
That should be them two spending it. What should be the club?
No, it has to come from the owners and the board as well, because it is within the board. It's not a legal battle like of individuals. It is of board members. So the club has to be involved in it as well. The next thing is 2070. Yes, the club is involved in it.
No, if they want
2007.
if they want a legal battle their own, they can pay for it.
It's between two board members. It's not between one individual and another.
We're not winning titles and chatting FA Cups. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what they're doing.
Hold on, let me finish.
If it's between them two and them having their own legal battle, why should the club get involved? And why should the club pay for it? Why should we have to pay for it?
It's between two board members.
Winning titles, not them.
It's between two board members and the ownership of the club. And that is when Usmanov finally let go and he went to Everton around 2017, where they got full membership of the club. So now the thing is, because of that, there were always a lot of constraints in spending money on investments and on long-term assets, like that is players, whether it is growth of the stadium or making changes or any kind of renovation or anything involved with the club. Now, since 2017, the Kroenkes have complete ownership of the club. And what they have done in the last two windows, in one window, they went and bought Pepe. In the second window, they went and bought Thomas Partey. So the thing is, they have signed a couple of marquee players already in the 2 seasons that they have had the complete ownership.
Yeah,
this shows that
they also signed Arteta.
Hold on. So the thing is that the owners have money. They were involved in this legal battle of who takes over charge of the club till 2017, and since that has completed, they have grabbed complete ownership and have started spending money. So they have the money to spend if they want to. The other thing is, a lot of people say that Edu does not have experience. Edu has around 5 years of experience, being first managing Brazilian club, I think it was Fluminense, and then the national side, he was working with them. So this assumption that Edu does not have any experience. Hold on.
No, you're comparing the Brazilian league to the Premier League. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
A way different level.
He was managing the national side and he has experience. I'm talking about the experience side of things. The second thing is, with respect to the last 2 windows, if you see, there have been some good changes being made, including the fact that we have gotten rid of the dead wood in this January, which was actually hampering our progress and our squad. So there have been some positives as well. We have signed good players like Thomas Partey, Gabriel, all these players in the last summer transfer window.
We're not 10 from worse. Thank you.
No, what I'm trying to say is that saying that Edu is completely useless or he doesn't have any football knowledge. He was also part of the invincible squads, though he wasn't a main player there, some would say. So that is the point I'm trying to make is the club has made some changes. Raul was one of the leeches who has hurt this club in the last 2 years more than the Kroenkes have, because he's taken more money. Yes, he has. Go and look at the. Look, he has made so much money out of that Nicola Pepe deal. He has taken enough money and made enough, you can say, discrepancies in the accounts that he had to be immediately released once the Kroenkes got in.
We had Fabregas, we had Nazri, we had all these players, right?
In the last 2 years. I'm saying in the last 2 years. I said in the last 2 years. Raul was here for 2 years.
Hang on. Who's let them? What just sat there as silent as ever while Josh did the dirty work and just let us regress and regress and regress and regress.
By the way,
when stuck up with a manager that's quite happy to sit in 16th and say, "Oh well, we're expected to lose against Liverpool 100%."
By the way, Nasri, Fabregas,
who says that?
And all these guys, when they left, Kroenkes were not completely in charge. It was a board that was in charge, the entire board, including Usmanov.
He had most of the shares, though. He can make the final decision.
It was a board decision. A board is for that purpose only.
But he has most of the shares.
They get to vote. Everyone has voting rights.
Yes, I know that. But if he decides, as the most majority shareholder, to go, no, I'm putting my money in, I'm keeping them, his own money, right? There we go then. And by the way, right, if you say he hasn't done a bad job, Özil we got rid of, Mustafi got rid of. We're still stuck with Kolasinac. So,
1 year. Kolasinac 1 year.
No. Mustafi we still got. Kolasinac we still got. Holding we still got. And he's backing, by the way. Right?
Kolasinac has 1 year on his contract.
He's still got. Right? Xhaka, El Neni, Ceballos. Right? Pepe's getting towards that sort of deal as well. Bellerin. Right? Do you want me to keep going? And these are also players that Arteta's backing, by the way. Don't forget that. Right? While this owner sits there and says, "Oh, Arteta's doing a lovely job. Yeah, right. I don't have to spend a penny, and we can just stay in the league." Oh my life, honestly. And you're saying he hasn't done his worst, and Walsinelli. Well, Walsinelli hasn't been
Yeah.
this year. Walsinelli
Rahul
hasn't been in this
Sinelli,
year.
he's been eating our money for 2 years now.
Baga
Worse.
can
Worse, man. Come on.
Baga
We're worse. I'm sorry that nothing. What he's done for 2 years is nothing compared to what the Kroenkes done for the whole time they've been here. The whole time. You can't compare what Walsinelli has done and what the Kroenkes have done. Because Walsinelli's about here, right? Kroenkes is up there about what they've done. They're just utter parasites, and I'm not listening to the fact they've got to make money, right? They shouldn't be able to take a loss. We've got to pay for their legal bail. No, I'm not hearing to it anymore.
Those are facts.
I'm sorry. No, because while they've been making their shitty little money, right? Who's suffering? Us. Right? They are cunts. I'm sorry, they are. And they should not be making money while we sit here and suffer in 10th and 16th and then not heading towards the fucking championship, which is what they're doing. Because sooner or later, we'll end up Newcastle, we'll end up Nottingham Forest, we'll end up Leeds United, where this owner runs us into a relegation battle. And the relegation battle we won't be able to get out of. It's exactly what Leeds United done, what Nottingham Forest have done, what Newcastle have done. Look at Newcastle now with Ratchley. It's exactly the same.
To be honest, I'll tell you the money that the Kroenkes are making are what salaries they are on right now as members of the board. That is the main money that they're making. The other money that they are taking from the club is not exactly taking out from the club's money, but they have taken loans in the name of Arsenal. They have made money by taking loans, keeping Arsenal as a mortgage. They've not taken literal money, cash out of the club. The only cash that they get is what salaries they are on, what wages they are on as members of the board. Josh Kroenke joined the Arsenal board in 2013, and Stan Kroenke has been on the Arsenal board since the time he came in, with KSE coming in.
All right, but they've been making profit though, haven't they? While we're suffering.
No, that is their salary that they're taking. That is their salary, which
they've been making profit out of the club. They keep going. Oh, but look at us. We've made the most profit this season. We spent fuck all, and we're now not even in a title race or in a top 4 race. But at least we made a profit, guys. Believe in the Kroenkes.
But how can people believe in the Kroenkes? They're not going to do anything. Honestly, I'm sorry, but they're not gonna do anything. Okay, how can some fans say trust the process and believe in these Kroenkes? Okay, they got us. Don't get me wrong, but it's not enough.
Sorry, Luca, just give us a sec. If people want to come on, by the way, and it's not just Arsenal fans now, anyone that wants to come on, links in the chat. But yeah, do smash a like on the video, do it, subscribe button. Yeah, I do probably like lose my road, but this is all like it's all emotion. It's how much it hurts to see what's going on with our football club, right? And it's not. We're not taking it. We're not like taking it to heart or anything like that. It's just the passion we show for our football club. Most expensive season tickets to watch Giroud up front. Yeah, but at least to be fair, I'll take Giroud back, mate. I'll take Giroud back. To be honest, like when Wenger got rid of him, we lost our other option. Retro, how are you?
How are you, boys?
Yeah, we're loving life. We're watching Kroenke run our club into the ground, but there you go.
Stephen, I agree with Stephen on that one. I agree with you, Stephen, and look on that. The Kroenkes have destroyed Arsenal Football Club because Arsenal's a great club. I mean, I agree on what you all been saying. You know, you got to agree on it. You kind of look at our club. Look at our club. What's Mike actually done for our club? Nothing.
He's won you from top 4 into relegation.
Yeah,
that's what he's done. And that's what he's doing. That's what Kroenke's doing with Arsenal at the minute.
Yeah, I can say for you a lot for the Arsenal fans. I have full respect for an Arsenal fan. Full respect for Arsenal fans.
Do you know what? And the funny thing is that people might have to go, oh, look at Arsenal fans banter club and all that. Yeah, right, it's cool, it's banter. But if you saw Glaziers, I'll go to a Glazier out protest. I'll go to an FSG. This has gone beyond actually rivalries now, because this is not just about Arsenal taking over the club and all this rubbish. This is about stopping these parasites from ruining football, right? That's why everyone's woke up, right? These parasites need to go now, right? Now I'm talking FSG, I'm talking Glaziers, and I'm talking the Kroenkes. Man City, Daniel Levy as well, but I'll give a fuck about Tottenham, to be honest. In terms of Man United, in terms of Man City and Chelsea, they were. I think they were sort of the people like, oh yeah, but we're a big club and we can't miss out on this opportunity. So, like, if this is happening, we got to jump on the train, right? So, and they've done so much for their club anyway. But the three I mentioned, right? I can say Liverpool, right? Okay, what they got to moan about? They've won something in the last 2 years, like Premier League and Champions League. But in the end, right, what they've done this season is diabolical, and then what they did with the Super League is embarrassing as well. So, them three in particular need to go, because they will get a Super League out of this. There's no two ways about it. If they stay, we might as well kiss football goodbye. It's as simple as that. It's beyond like a certain club's problems.
I thought you were giving me a shout out saying beyond the post.
Yeah, beyond the post. He's always
I'm
beyond
on
the
the
post with his
post.
opinions.
I love the post. I love the posts as the goalposts.
But at the end of the day, you think Daniel Ek is going to stay in England? He's going to be what, Arsenal games? No, he's not going to be. He's just going to buy the club. He's going to go back to Sweden and be at his office at Spotify.
How do you know that?
He doesn't care.
How do you know that?
Can I say something?
You think seriously the owner will come to every game just because he's going to buy Arsenal?
How do you know that? But even then, like Roman's in. Sorry, just quick. Even then, but Roman's not allowed in the country, but he's doing more than what Kroenke's doing.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not denying that. But at the end of the day,
have to be in the country to do something.
No, he's in the technology business. His headquarters is in Sweden. He's not going to come for every game.
Saying he could quite easily be on the board and don't have to be in the country. Say
exactly.
Yeah, I just want to say two things. I'll start with going to the match game. I couldn't care less if Daniel Egg go and watch Arsenal games or don't watch Arsenal games. What I do care about is if you own the club, that you make sure that you have a proper structure in the club,
that
you have the right people employed by the club, that you have a proper scouting system, and that you have a vision where there is progression each year. That's what I want from an owner. Mike, actually go and watch game. There's no progression for Newcastle. I mean, it doesn't matter to me if you go and watch the game or don't watch the game. What matters is how we run the club. And again, money is not the biggest issue. The biggest issue with Arsenal is that the way we recruit players, our player contracts, the way we sell players, and the players that we buy. You can't see what we are trying to do. We spend big money on Nicolas Pepe when he is a counter-attacking specialist, when we are trying to play ball possession football. It doesn't make any sense. We signed up Aubameyang to his biggest contract ever, and we don't build the team around his strengths. It doesn't make any sense. We buy Gabriel, but we want to play from the back, and playing from the back isn't his strength. William Saliba is a ball-playing centre-back, but we loan him out. I mean, we don't make sense with our signings. I'm not denying that we haven't spent more money the past years, but it's the way we are spending money. It's the players that we are recruiting. It doesn't make any sense. And I want an owner to understand that. And the Kroenkes don't, because they don't know football. They don't know what's the difference between a winger that is counter-attacking and a winger that is a dribbling specialist and a winger that is it's good at passing the ball. They don't understand that, and that's why we need another owner.
Yeah,
that is good.
No, I absolutely agree with you. And the thing is, it's not just only people can only blame Stan Kroenke, right, it's not just only him, right? It's the board members down the road, right? We have spent money, right? But we've brought on the wrong players in the wrong positions. Yeah, they don't understand like what proper players we need, what wingers and all that stuff. Exactly what King Salt just said, and like
How much they cost?
The only thing I give them credit that they bought Nicolas Pepe. Yeah, has he reached up to the standards? Not much, but he's been on good form. But was he worth that value? No. But what I will say is to that, I think not only is Stan Kroenke right, it's the board members. Okay, we bought the wrong players. Okay, yes, you went out to go and get Mesut Ozil, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, and that, but we needed at the time, right, in the 15-16 season when Leicester won the league.
Yeah,
we only got out and signed no outfield player. We needed a striker. We needed a defensive midfielder. We should have got Kante.
No, that was next season.
Kante was next season.
We just needed a striker.
Oh yeah, Kante was next season. Sorry,
Wenger came out in the press conference and said, "I have Yaya Sonogo if Walcott gets injured."
Yeah,
I know, but it's a joke, mate. It's an absolutely joke, and we end up sticking up lamppost up front, Olivier Giroud, right? And then we should have got Aubameyang or Lacazette.
No. To be fair, I will say this is that if you see Giroud, do you know why he's so good at Chelsea? It's because Mr. Wenger didn't know how to bloody use him, right? Whenever I saw a Giroud play, if you if you watch back at those games, right? You tell me whenever Giroud was on the park, we put the ball in the box from the wings. You tell me when. I used to shout at the TV. I used to shout at the TV. Put the fucking ball in the box. He'll head it in, right? Put the ball in the box. He'll head it in, right? That's what he does with Chelsea all the time, right? When we didn't play with Giroud and I can't remember who was the other guy we brought on. We brought on Walcott, or we played another striker, right? We then start putting balls in the box, and he's like this, and like you've now replaced him with the smallest player on the pitch. Now you start fucking crossing. Sometimes it takes them 80 minutes to work out putting the ball in the box, and he ends up scoring a goal. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Because Wenger it was so like he must have been senile. I don't know. He just didn't know like at all how to use his bloody players anymore.
No, the thing is, if Giroud would have been at Arsenal right now, he would have been banging goals for fun, because right now we need a target man at Arsenal with the crosses that Tierney and probably even Callum Chambers can put in. But the thing was, Giroud succeeded to an extent at Arsenal despite Wenger's tactics. And all he needed was a backup striker to play alongside him when he was out of form. People talk about the 16, 17 odd games that he did not score in. They don't talk about the 15 odd games that he scored in consecutively. So I never called him a lamppost. I was still backing him. I wanted an additional striker to support him.
He got over 100 goals at the club.
No, I don't think he got over 100. I don't think he crossed 100.
He did.
He
did.
No, I don't think so. Giroud crossed.
He did.
Who's a good player?
Giroud got 100 goals for Arsenal.
I like it. Giroud's a good player.
Giroud.
All I can say about Giroud,
I think it was around 76 or 80, something like that.
For me, personally, Giroud should have been our second striker. Someone who can play in certain games, someone who's very good in the air, someone you can throw in the last 20 minutes. You know, that's for me, that's the player Giroud is. And that's the way Chelsea have used him. And that's why it's been so successful. For me, if you want to compete for the league, you can't have Giroud as your main striker. I think we messed up with Suarez. We would have had Luis Suarez instead. I think we would have seen a different Arsenal. If we
105 goals in 253 games.
And I get it.
Not gonna lie, Suarez actually would have came to Arsenal, but Wenger offered him £40 million, and the board could have. And I remember,
no, that was a release clause.
Yeah, but Liverpool.
Yeah, and it actually was
a clause.
Liverpool wanted 55 million for him, technically. 55 freaking million they wanted, and we didn't offer the 15 million pounds. It's a joke.
Yeah.
No, we were.
I think
Go ahead.
where
Sorry.
we blowed up that deal was, number one, we didn't get in contact with Liverpool. We didn't show them respect. We should have contacted them that we know that Suarez wants to leave. We want to buy him.
Yeah.
How much do you want? Because he was that good. He was that good. And we thought we could go under the way and just deal with the agent. We thought that if we would have bid 40 million and £1 that he was ours. That clause was that when you bid that game, they have to listen to the bid. That you can talk to the player, but they don't have to sell. It wasn't like the Thomas Partey clause, for example.
No, the thing with Suarez was that he did not agree personal terms with us. Otherwise, the deal would have happened. The thing was, it was a release clause. A release clause, you don't need to pay extra money. The 55 million that Liverpool was demanding was not realistic because it was a 40 million release clause. We still paid 40 plus 1, but Suarez did not agree terms with Arsenal. He wanted to move out of England and he went to Barca.
But I've heard different. I've heard that there wasn't a release clause. I've just heard that with that bid, you can talk to the player and the agent, and Liverpool have to listen to it. Because I think if it was really a release clause, then they would have had to sell it.
No, they didn't. They didn't agree terms with the player. If you don't agree terms with the player won't sign.
No, the agent have denied that was good. I can try and see if I can find the sources for you. But that was not why we didn't get.
We don't go back to that bloody deal.
But anyway, that's in the past. And again, that just tells me that we don't have enough competent people at the top. It was like when Alexis Sanchez had 1 year left on his deal. We get a bid for 60 million. We could have sold him and
we could have got Riyad
Mahrez.
Mahrez was exactly. Sanchez had one. We left. This is the problem. At that time, we left players 1 year left on their contracts. Right?
Yeah.
I'm sick.
We left Mahrez.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? We could have actually.
What do you mean get Riyad Mahrez?
No. Let me finish. Right? Sorry.
We didn't Riyad Mahrez went to Man City in 16-17. We wouldn't be able to get him.
Yes, I know. Yes,
no,
we
but
would.
they bought him because we didn't sell Sanchez. If we would have sold Sanchez, we could have got.
We're going to get
Lamar.
Sold Sanchez for 60 million, right?
They got.
We could have got Riyad Mahrez. Plus, we could have actually sold Callum Chambers for 20 million, as well.
Man, we turned down a bid for 30 million for Mustafi from Inter. That's
we
how
did. We did.
Oh, it's also, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Somebody has to be responsible for all these mess ups. It's not good enough.
Well, I blame the owner because it's the owner put the board in place. He put Josh Kroenke in there. He put the editor in there.
Proper people, because obviously the Kroenke, they don't understand football, so they don't understand who's worth what and who's good at what and how.
That's exactly look. This is exactly it. We had players that could have got us over £100 million, but we decided not to buy them, and then they moan that we've got to pay out of our own pocket. Well, that's your own fault.
Exactly.
If you sold these players for over £100 million, we would have got like the players we needed. We would have done what Liverpool had done. Simple as that. But no, they did not. So we ended up, absolutely.
Even for the Sanchez deal, it was so stupid to take Mkhitaryan in exchange for him. I mean, what was the club thinking? Taking probably Anthony Martial made a bit of sense at that point of time, but Mkhitaryan, I don't know what they were thinking.
Well, was it not having that bad a season, to be honest? At the time,
the issue was Alexis only had 6 months left on his contract.
Yeah,
they have all the leverage in their hand, so they could have they offered us the player that they didn't want. They didn't have to offer us Montreal because they knew that if we turned down, then Alexis 6 months later he goes for free.
Yeah, so let's just go through some of these content. And Kante, Ramsey and Alexis at least 100 million, and we would let them go for free. West Ham bid 20 million for Nketiah, and we rejected the bid. The business, Luke, mate, if you've got time, get on here, mate. Right, love to hear your opinion. As an Arsenal fan, the business has been appalling. It's just another thing that needs to change. although business is getting better. Oh yeah, but we're still. People say, "Oh, we got rid of Socrates and Mustafi and Kolasinac." No, we haven't. We've not got rid of Mustafi and Kolasinac. They are still fucking here. It's as simple as that. When it says they are no longer got the contract anymore, then I'll believe it. Right? I'm just actually going to bring some sort of news, actually, because hang on. I'm just going to bring up some sort of news. So I'm hearing some rumors at a minute.
Mustafi, sure. Mustafi and Socrates are done. Their contracts are terminated. The only one who has 1 year left on this contract is Kolasinac.
Oh, this. Oh, hello. Oh, this is true. Then, oh my life, I'm gonna love next season. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love all the tears. I'm gonna love all the tears. All the tears. The Arturian fans. Here we go. Arsenal begin. Maurizio.
I made a video on that.
Whoa. Yeah, I know. Just give me a minute. Let me make the news come on. Right. When this computer decides to wake up and that should load the thing. It's because it's always loading black half-ton fucking adverts. Jesus Christ. I don't want to know. Get out of here. Right. Fucking hell. Arsenal have open talks with Maurizio Sarri about replacing Mikel Arteta at the end of the season. According to reports in Italy, the Italian is currently a free agent after being relieved from major duties with Juventus last summer in the aftermath of their embarrassing Champions League exit to Lyon. If this is true, then oh my life. Sarri has been waiting patiently for a chance to return to the dugout and is yet to commit to any new project. He was heavy favourite to land the Roma job, but following confirmation of Fonseca's departure yesterday morning, however, the Gallarossi moved quickly to receive compatriot Jose Mourinho for the start of next season. According to exclusive report from Football Italia, Arsenal have now initiated talks with Sarri and about becoming their manager next season. See if I can get another quick report before I give you your thoughts. I don't want to see that. Get out of my... Oh, bloody hell. Right. Done that.
Not my thoughts on Sarri. And if you guys go and watch my
video... I know. Just give me 2 seconds. Just going to give another... Arsenal show interest in Maurizio Sarri with Spurs looking elsewhere. Fuck Spurs. Couldn't give a fuck about Spurs. Mikel Arteta has continued to struggle to silence all of his starters at the Emirates. The Gunners have endured an underwhelming campaign in the Premier League. From the outside, it does appear that their fate in the Europa League could have an impact on what the future holds for Mikel Arteta in North London. Unfortunately, the Spaniard, however, it would appear that Arsenal may be considering their options and decide to make a change. Arsenal are showing interest in Sarri, who remains available after talks with Roma have stalled. This is before the Roma have since stunned and reported Jose Mourinho.
I don't think it will happen.
Of course, Arsenal reported interest in Sarri. It's particularly notable because Tottenham have been linked with the Italians. So, Carl Comataro, it claims that Daniel Levy is. It claims that Daniel Levy is now looking elsewhere. It suggested that Spurs' focus is on finding a younger coach. It's not the first time Arsenal will be linked to Sarri. He's been a contender with at the Emirates. Right. So I'm just going to take that down now. Get rid of it. Bye. Right. Load up. Right. Anyway. I'm gonna start. If that's happening, there is a Lord. There is a Lord. There's a Lord in this
You know what my
world.
thoughts? Not my
that'll
thoughts
be-
on it. My thoughts on Sarri, right? Don't get me wrong. He is a better manager than Mikel Arteta, right? But my only issue is a few things. Is that he has a bad attitude, right? Remember that Carabao Cup final a couple of years ago? What happened with him and Kepa? Sarri
Bad
always.
attitude.
I'm sorry. He has a bad attitude. He's not the answer
What do you
to
mean he's got
Arsenal.
a bad attitude?
No, you remember
Yeah,
that
because,
situation? Remember that situation? What happened in?
No, that's Kepa. That's Kepa. No, I'm not having that.
Yeah,
That's
but
Kepa,
still,
not doing his job.
Sarri.
No,
Sarri
that's
stormed
Kepa
off.
not knowing his place.
Sarri
You're not above the
stormed
manager.
off. Yeah, but Sarri's not the right man for the job. We need a manager like an Allegri or a Simeone
Oh
or
my
someone like
life.
that.
We're not getting an Allegri or Simeone. Why are they coming to an Arsenal club that's 10th with no Champions
I know
League
they're not going to
football?
come to the club. Yeah, but
Well,
yeah, but
stop
they can
asking for
actually
it
come
then.
to the club. Yeah, but the thing is, they can actually come to the
Charles
club.
talking realism.
Yeah, but the thing is, they actually can come to the club, but they won't come
No,
to
they
the club
can't.
because they want like 250 million to strengthen the group. But the Kroenkes are not going to spend that. Yeah,
Luca, they are not coming to the club for this reason.
Yeah, I
and
know
this
they're
is
not
the
going to
reason.
come to the club
Because
Why
we
would-
are not in European football.
Yeah, I know
we're
we're not in
nowhere
European
near where we're
football.
good enough. They're not going to commit to a project like
We're
that.
not in European football next season. So at the end of the day, right?
So stop
I
asking
know
for
they're not.
to get Allegri or Simeone then.
But how can people say, yeah, but no? Well, what I mean is that I get your point, Stephen. Is that I know Allegri and Simeone are not going to come, but what I'm trying to say is, I know we're not in European football. We're not in the Europa League or the Champions League as well. But at the end of the day, right? You can't have a manager, right, like Sarri, who's going to come in, who smokes like 80 fags a day, yeah, and literally, you can't have. No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious, yeah. Sarri, you can't have Sarri in. I'm sorry, but his attitude, man, he runs out. He always issues with Kepa, and I know Kepa's shit, but don't get me wrong, he always has these bad attitudes. And yes, he won the Europa League. Yes.
Hang on. So that's that situation with Kepa is Sarri's fault then.
Well, yeah, it's both for their fault at the end
No,
of the
it's
day.
not.
Sarri walked.
No,
to
it's
me,
not.
What's
It
the
is.
manager?
No,
What's
it's
Sarri
not.
doing?
How
He's
is
a good
that
manager.
that's Sarri's fault?
It is
He's a good
because Sarri,
manager.
No, you
Give
know your
him-
place as
give
a
him a
player.
chance.
Players are not above the manager. It's
it's
Kepa not
Sarri
knowing his
and
place.
Kepa. It's
Give
Sarri
him a
and
chance.
Kepa's
Kepa not
fault.
knowing his place, and he's lucky he played.
Give
for
him a chance. Give Sarri a
Right.
chance.
Not for
Do
me.
you know what it
Give him a
also
chance in
showed?
Arsenal.
No, do you know what it also showed? Is that Chelsea were more worried about backing fucking Kepa than their manager because they said to him,
Kepa
"You
didn't
still
want to
got to
come
play."
off. Kepa didn't want to come off, yeah, but Kepa was.
It doesn't matter. You come off.
Yeah, but
He's
still,
the manager. What's the fucking point? What's the point of having a manager then?
yeah, I
I'm
understand.
sorry,
that, yes.
you're a player. You're a player. If the manager tells you to come off, you come off. That is a
You do
fact.
Yeah,
What
look,
made it worse for
yeah, but will
Sarri? And I
Sarri
felt
get the
sorry
backing
for
with Stan
no,
Kroenke in charge? No, exactly.
I felt sorry for him after that because what the club did then is they took fucking Kepa's side and told him you still got to play him. Right? No wonder he told him to fuck off at the end.
First of all, two things.
I wouldn't take Sarri.
Kepa had a cramp. He received treatment. He said, "I'm not injured. I don't want to come off. I'm fine." Sarri tried to get him off and replace him.
If Sarri takes you off, you come off.
Gotta go off.
He was taking him off because he thought he was injured, and Kepa was saying, "I'm not injured." So that was
Doesn't
that.
matter. And he wanted
Second thing.
No, he also wanted Caballero on because he saved penalties.
Second, no, it wasn't the penalty shootout then.
Yes, it
the
was.
penalty
It was a penalty shootout. He also wanted to take him off because he knows Caballero is a better penalty saver than Kepa. They all
I
said it in
understand.
commentary.
Look,
There's another
I
reason why he
understand
did
that
it.
Willy Caballero is a better penalty saver, but it's not guaranteed to actually for a keeper to save all those
Oh
penalties.
my god!
Yeah?
How many times
No,
I
it's
saw
not about-
Netherlands do it and get through in the World Cup?
No, Caballero is a better penalty taker, but it wasn't full time at that time. He was taking him off because of injury.
Why is it-
Otherwise, he could have taken him off when extra time ended, and I think that could have happened as well. The other thing is, towards the end of extra time, the last thing is he did bench Kepa for two games after that as a punishment, and he was the one who brought him back into the team because it was a small thing that he did, and he let it go as well himself. The reason I don't want Sarri at Arsenal is because again he can't control the dressing room. He has training sessions which were already not liked by Chelsea players, and he lost the dressing room because of that. He overtrains them, he overstrains them, he makes
do you know
them
what's the problem? Do you know what's the problem he had
extra
at
drills.
Chelsea? I'll tell you the problem he had at Chelsea. Right, I'll tell you exactly the problem he had at Chelsea. He had a fucking club that didn't back him.
Back him with respect to what?
They gave the players more power than fucking Sarri had. By saying to Sarri, you still got to pay him. So that they told Kepa, you can do what the fuck you want. Right?
Yeah, but
He never has control over the dressing room.
Exactly. I've got to agree with Nitesh for a change. I think Sarri, right? He loses the dressing room quite too quick. Yes, he's a better manager than Arteta, and I understand people will take Sarri because we're not going to get Champions League football. We're not even going to be in Europa League. I understand this is you saying that because this is similar to an Unai Emery situation. Yeah, because the way I look at it, right, you're thinking you brought Unai Emery in, he's a Europa League experience manager, knows how to win the competitions. Sarri got to Europa League final and beat us 4-1, yeah, and won his first trophy at Chelsea. He loses. Look, have you not seen his results? Lost 4-0 to Bournemouth, lost 6-0 to Manchester City. He's not a bad manager, right? I don't.
Yeah, beat us 4-1 and beat us 4-1 in the Europa League final.
We didn't show up in that game. They played better football.
We didn't show up. We never turned up.
Fucking excuse.
No, honestly, we never turned up.
I take myself in a minute. I take myself over this manager.
It's not about Arteta. It's not about Arteta.
I don't care who it is. Just get this manager out of this club. I'm telling you, Sarri would do a better job in a minute than what Arteta's doing.
Yeah, he might do a better job than Arteta, but he ain't going to get us into the top 4.
This isn't about Arteta. This isn't about Arteta. No, it is not about Arteta. It's not about Arteta. You can't replace one bad manager if you think he's a bad manager with another worse.
Worse? You're saying he's worse than Arteta?
He has problems along with him. He has a lot of baggage. Any club that he goes to, he loses the dressing room. Players start. Arteta hasn't lost the dressing room.
Yes, he has.
No, that's just an assumption that you're making. Nothing has happened as such. They're playing for him.
Can you tell me what performance makes it look like that Arsenal have actually lost the dressing room? Because none of them look like they want to play for him.
This isn't how you lose a dressing room. Players come out in the media and say that this manager is doing this. Players came out from Chelsea and said that the training regime was very tiring. They did not have enough energy to to play on the pitch. That is what is called as losing the dressing room. Players did not want him there. Players got him out. That is called losing the dressing room.
I'm sorry. There is no fucking way that team is playing and not lost the dressing room by Arteta. I guarantee it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know Sarri plays more attractive football than anyone plays more attractive football, Ashton. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, Ashton. Thank you. But what I will say is, he's not the right man for the job for Arsenal. And yes, I know he is a better upgrade than Mikel Arteta. Anyone's better than Arteta. Graham Potter. Do I rate Graham Potter? No, but he's better than Mikel Arteta.
I rate Graham Potter.
But at the end, would I take Graham Potter at Arsenal Football Club? No, but Graham Potter is better than Mikel Arteta. But if it had to come down between...
Do you know why I take Graham Potter?
Why?
There's a reason why he's down where he is. The squad he's got.
Yeah, you got a point on that one. Maybe he could do better at another place, but I wouldn't take Graham Potter at Arsenal. He ain't gonna get. You need a manager who's gonna get you into the top 4.
Yeah, he is. You'd get more out of that squad.
If Graham Potter was that good, probably some big club would be looking at him right now and they would sign him.
Lampard's championship level.
And I'll give you an example. If Roma and Spurs don't rate Sarri good enough to manage their squads, Roma is a big club as well, bigger than Spurs as well. If they don't consider him for the job, there must be a reason why even they don't want him for Arsenal to take him.
Personally, in my hands, personally, I don't think it will happen. In my opinion, so I'm not too quite worried about it. But if it did happen, then I think it's a bit of a massive worry for us because we need a manager who's going to come in.
Stephen, let me give you one reason why you won't want Sarri at Arsenal. Because if he decides to play Sarri ball, Granit Xhaka will be his main man in midfield. Because Granit Xhaka plays similar to Jorginho.
True. It's true because you. And another thing is he might buy Jorginho as well.
Yeah.
Sarri loves Jorginho. Jorginho is shit. Tuchel's actually making them very well because he's got players around them. Yeah. Jorginho's not going to score goals. Most of his goals for Chelsea are scored by penalties. Yeah, he's even scored against us like 2 or 3 times against us in his Chelsea career.
No.
So I do not. Sarri's, yes, I understand.
So we
people
put our
might
risk
say
manager another season, do we?
no. I say get a better manager, someone experienced who's.
Well, what is the only one on offer then?
No, he's not.
Then
He's
get
not.
someone else. There's other managers.
Even
available.
if you're saying that you want Arteta gone, there are way better managers than Sarri who can actually do something with the squad.
I've got to agree with Nitish.
If you want, you can try to get
Anyone who's
Nuno right
available.
now. We can try to get Nuno right now if you want to push for if you seriously want to get someone. I'm just giving
Someone who's
examples.
available because Arsenal are not going to pay out his fucking contract.
Rafa Benitez.
Oh,
That everyone
that, but
wants.
No one listens to me. No one listens to me on that one.
No, but there are examples. Just because you're desperate to get Arteta out doesn't mean you take
I'm
any
desperate. That's how
manager.
crap he is. Do you know
You
how
want-
that sounds? That how crap he is.
And what if Sarri doesn't deliver and he's as bad or worse?
It's not as bad or worse.
Look, he's
as
not a
as
bad
worse.
manager, sorry. Don't get me wrong, yeah. He won the Europa League for Chelsea. And
He's
got
won
Chelsea
the
into
Italian
top
league
four.
as well.
Yes, he has. But it's his attitude, mate. You need a winner, yeah, and you need an experienced manager who's going to get you into the top 4.
A winner. Well,
top
he
6.
just won the Europa League. So
Yeah, but that
is a winner.
Chelsea had Hazard in their team. Yeah, we haven't.
My god! It doesn't matter if you have a good team by you.
So what you're
have a
trying to say
manager
is-
that's be able to manage it.
So what you're trying to say is right. Yes, because I know managers are not being sacked because of a pandemic. I get that. Yeah, and even Steve Bruce has not been sacked for Newcastle. But at the end of the day, right, I look at it right, thinking right. People might say when we bought the likes of Partey, Willian, and all them lot, we all thought Willian was going to do something better. Yeah, we all thought Partey was going to do something. Yeah, all these playing Gabriel. Yeah, but the thing is, everyone thought we were going to get into the top 4, top 5, top 6. Yeah, people might say that, if we had fans in the stadium, we would obviously get higher in the table. Yeah, we will. But if you bring a better manager in, right, would he actually get into the top 4 with the players what we've got now?
Oh, sorry.
I'll just add one thing. If
With
it
this
is between
squad
Rafa
now.
Benitez, and Sarri, I Rafa Benitez all day long.
100% Rafa Benitez. His experience.
All right. So, no. I'm breaking this down. Right. I'm breaking this down right now. Right. Say Benitez is not available. It's between Sarri or Arteta.
Arteta's our manager.
I'm going with Arteta.
What? You did.
I'm going with Arteta.
Are you mad?
No, I'm going with Arteta.
Arteta. Seriously?
Sarri will fuck up the entire youngsters as well. They will want to leave the club. Martinelli, Saka, all these guys.
Look, how can you say it's between Sarri and Arteta? Arteta's our manager at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sorry that Arteta's not as good.
No, but if it had to be a toss between those two, maybe I would pick Sarri because Sarri's got experience. But
well, that's what we're talking about right now.
I know, but I get your point. But still, I if it did have to become between Sarri and Arteta, then maybe I'll choose Sarri. But
there you go. I mean, at least know what Sarri style of play is.
But people, as Chelsea fans say it, they like to play the Sarri ball, mate. So
nah. The 2 main players that he signed at Chelsea were Higuain and Jorginho. Where did he get them from? Napoli.
Jorginho and
Higuain on loan and Jorginho.
Bang average experienced players.
Exactly. So what is he going to do now?
Higuain's average.
At that point he was. At that point in his career he was. He was doing well.
Not average.
He is.
He's not.
No, at that point in his career he was.
Now he is.
He was fading.
Well, yeah, he is now, but he won't then.
No, at Chelsea he was a flop. At the time when he was at Napoli, when Arsenal could have got him in that 13-14
season.
season.
Bloody use him.
Right. at that time when Arsenal were linked with him,
Got
the
top
first
four
ever
of
time when he
those.
was at Napoli, when he was killing it at Napoli, right, and Real Madrid,
I don't know.
he was class. When he came to Chelsea, he was a flop. He was a flop. And it's not just because Sarri didn't know how to use him. It's just he was getting to a period of his career where time was up. And the Premier League couldn't adapt him.
We're not finishing.
Where's he now?
We're not finishing
America
10th under Surrey. Oh my life! You actually think Arteta will finish higher? God, you got to be kidding me!
What's he say?
You've got to be kidding
It's
me.
not about finishing higher.
It is about finishing high. On what is it? So what's the point of football then if we're not finishing higher up in the table? It's also about finishing higher.
If he loses that dressing room, a lot of our young talents like Saka, Martinelli, all these guys could be leaving the club. That is the concern. When Sarri destroys a club, he just rips through it in a way. Unless the manager is either kicked out or the players
what happened with Chelsea, right, is the board and the owners, right, not giving him the respect as the manager.
He's not going to get that same respect at
It was
Arsenal.
giving players the power. It was not giving him the power. When you
he did not even last the season.
They basically backed what Kepa did. That's basically what they did. Because basically
it was not just about Kepa.
It doesn't matter if you're the manager, you've got to play him, right? Because I'm sorry, Kepa should never been allowed to play again. He should have been straight out of the door. But no, they told him you've still got to play him. So they gave him They gave them the power. Player power.
It just wasn't about Kepa.
Chelsea, that's the one bloody problem. Player power.
Their captain, Azpilicueta, came out and said that this guy is overworking us in the training. We don't have enough on the pitch, and we are tired. That is what their training regime, their training schedule, everything was messed up by Sarri, and he was just making them work like machines, and they needed rest. He did not even keep the dressing room for one season. Forget about 2 seasons, 3 seasons like Mourinho has a problem.
We're talking about a Chelsea side that's aging. This side's what? Got Saka, Martinelli, Pepe. Can we stop playing stuff in the background, please?
All right, my
bad. Sorry, I start. Then I had to, one thing I learned. Yeah, it did definitely. An important question is: are the Arsenal fans going to follow Man United lead? Yeah, but not to the level. Not by. Yeah, I'd definitely say force. Try and get definitely try and protest. Right. I don't know if there's one Sunday. I don't think. I can't see one. But there's one. There's one definitely Thursday. But if you do go tomorrow, just if you do go tomorrow, keep it peaceful, right? There's no need to start causing the violence that we saw at the Old Trafford. I know how strong people feel, but you shouldn't. In the end of the story. Yeah, I mean, Higuain did score 36 goals in 37 games for Napoli. Yeah, in one season. For Napoli for one season. Higuain is a quality striker. I'm sorry, he is.
Not now. He isn't.
When he came to Chelsea, they let him come on loan. That means that his career was already declining.
Higuain. Well, he ain't gonna come back this time. Anyway,
no, but what I was trying to say that Sarri only signed 2 Napoli players to come into the squad mainly. So that means he has a limited.
That's why it's just Napoli, and he was still that's why he was still doing bits in Napoli, right?
So he may now try to sign Juventus players.
No, he won't. He won't. He's now gone to MLS, and they're not good enough. So, I actually think he'll probably learn from his experience in the Premier League. Now he's actually experienced the Premier League as well, right? He's experienced, but back then he didn't experience what the Premier League is like. So that's probably bought those players thinking they cope and actually realised that the game's faster. So now he's actually experienced the Premier League. He probably realises it's a faster game and you've got to play much quicker, faster football. So he could quite easily learn that. So, but I'm sorry, I'd take him over. I'd take him any day of the week. But anyway, like I said, will this bid happen? Right? Will they actually take over? I don't know. Thing is, we need to keep protesting. So if anyone is that can go on Thursday go, right? I don't know about Sunday. I don't know if they're doing. I don't know if they're doing Sunday. I'll have to find that out. But I know they're doing Thursday evening. Hope I might do the reaction video on Thursday evening before the game as part of our protest. But yeah, I still don't know if Luca's gonna go or not. Right? You gonna go? Hello.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Are you gonna go or not?
Go where?
Protest.
Oh, tomorrow? No, probably go to the next one.
If there is a next one.
There will be a next one.
I
I've
think
seen it, yeah.
tomorrow should not be. Tomorrow they should let the team play and win. That should be the focus. I don't know.
No, I think we should
It's
just
a
protest.
distraction.
No, we need to keep protesting. Sorry.
A lot of Arsenal fans on Twitter as well were saying tomorrow is like the biggest game of the season,
No.
apart from the final.
Yeah, I'm
But-
sorry. There's a bigger issue.
Yeah, but
than
what
just-
if we don't win tomorrow?
There is a bigger issue, right? Then, right, there is a bigger issue at hand than the bloody European semi-final. Right? It's about the fact of stopping them taking our football away and just destroying our club even further. Right? Because if we don't do it, we won't be in a European semi-final before you know it. So sorry. Things take
No,
priority.
the point they were making were that there are enough.
Yeah, I
league
get their
games
point, and I
to
get
go
it saying
to.
we won't be in the European final next season if we keep these owners. No, we've got to. Like, protest is more important than one get. Yeah.
Letish, do you think we'll get to the final?
Yes, I do.
Win it.
I don't think so.
Let's see what
I don't-
happens tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my preview is gonna be tomorrow, so make sure you check out for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So like I said, do hit the like button, hit the share button, go subscribe to Beyond the Posts, and go subscribe to This Is Luca's Life as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who was? Yeah. So make sure to hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Please do watch previous content as well. 14 hours away, literally 14. It's so close. Just do
Yeah,
it,
it's
man.
very close. 14. It is actually.
Yeah. So yeah.
Stephen, how
until
much money would you get from YouTube? A couple of pounds?
Well, no, I don't know yet. So I'll wait and see that. But even then, it's going to charity. So yeah. Anyway, we'll see later on at 4 p.m. where I'm doing F1 Legends, and we're talking about Sir Jackie Stewart, one of the first, not just the first, only other 3 times British world champion, apart from Lewis Hamilton, but one of the first ever pioneers in safety in Formula One, and started calling out for safety measures to be put in place, right? Because back then it was dangerous in them times, very, very dangerous. Yeah, I'm going to go off doing my research, but I'll make sure you tune into that because that should be fun. And then we've got Wonder Kid Watch at 6 p.m. For and we've got Chris Paul hosting that. So I'm not going to be hosting. Chris Paul, right? He's going to be hosting that from Dubai. He's going to be our first other host apart from myself. So I'm going to get a well-earned break. So that's going to be fun. And I might tune in to see how that goes. And then leave him big.
There's an update. If you want me to give a quick update, there's one quick update.
Go on.
Jens Lehmann has been sacked from the Hertha Berlin board for a racist comment that he messaged to Sky Sport pundit Dennis Aogo.
He has.
Has he? Good.
Yep.
Scumbag.
Mm.
That's why I didn't rate him over Seaman anyway. It's one of the reasons I didn't. It's not one of the reasons I didn't rate him over Seaman. I didn't rate him over Seaman anyway. But if he said that, fuck him. Like, you could take his fucking invincible status out of it as well. Fucking prick. Don't stand for it. Right? Fucking twat. Absolute twat. That's really good to end on. It's just me and honestly, we just had this fucking blackout. It's the point, and it's probably why I was still messaging on Instagram and DMing. It's just like, it's not gonna do anything, though. It's not gonna do anything, is it? It's just not gonna bloody change. It's just ridiculous. Honestly, fucking people. We're in the 21st fucking century. It's just fucking ridiculous. But there you go.
Joke, mate.
Either way, the SFeatleyTV does not stand for it at all. We don't stand for it. We are totally in a diverse community here, so we don't stand for any sort of racism or sexism or any sort of discrimination of any sort. So if you do that in this community, you will be thrown out the fucking door very fucking quickly. All right, simple as that. So until then, everyone, make sure to stay safe, stay well, and we'll be back later on at 4 p.m. The bid has not been made, but every intention is that it's about to be. It is pretty much going to be made. So that's basically what we were saying. So because otherwise they won't come out and say what we've said. So anyway, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you guys later on. Take care. Bye bye, and make sure to subscribe if you're new.
Bye.